So are you saying that these new gen anime will not reach the heights of the goats like Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, whatever, Bleach, etc., Code Geass, because even maybe Death Note, because their antagonist is they're not just 10 out of 10 are goaded. And what you feel about that?
Facts.
But you just brought up a great point, bro. The GOATs of anime, right? The big three was a big three for a reason. I know people don't be throwing Bleach love like that, right? But it earned that moniker for a reason, right? But if you look at the supporting cast, if you will, of the big three, you have your Hunter X Hunters, you have your Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhoods, you have your Death Notes, you have your Code
Code Geass.
Geasses, right? Like
Yep,
you
yep.
have these elite tier shows that are still right. Like you may not think they're quote unquote as good, but you low-key think they can bang with them,
And
though.
some people do.
You
That's
think
the
they
Yeah.
can
thing
go
too.
toe to toe. You think they in the same ring, right? If you look at some of the quote unquote like the people said new gen big three, right? I think people
What
would
is it?
say I think they said like
My
My
Hero,
Hero,
JJK. What's
JJK,
third
and
though? That's a question. Third, I think is interchangeable, huh?
Black
Demon
Clover, Black
Slayer.
Clover, Black
Oh,
Clover,
okay, okay.
right? Oh,
Black
Demon
Clover,
Slayer.
yeah.
You can say either one of those, right? So let's say it's
Yeah,
like a new big four,
yeah.
right? First of all, I feel like all of us could agree that quote unquote big four is not touching that big three, the
Yeah.
original big three,
Yeah.
right? And
Facts,
not
facts,
only
facts,
that,
facts.
if you look at the supporting animes that they have, they're also not
Not really
touching the
touching them.
supporting
Yeah.
anime that we
Facts,
had back then either. So I feel like
facts.
now, with all this being said, obviously I still enjoy watching anime,
Of
and
course.
I
Yep. Yep.
like
Yep.
I like these different stories, these different power systems, stuff like that. Like I think it's interesting, I think it's dope, and I just love to watch anime. But I feel like we're like you're not able to get as many dope new gen villains because the shows themselves, the quality just isn't what it was back in the gap, right? So it's like and then another thing is a lot of those villains, how they went out, you were content with their conclusions of their stories, right? The biggest elephant you could probably say is Madara, right? But outside of that, I think that's the only one that people unanimously almost agree on that they didn't like their ending.
Yeah.
Donovan, we both just said how many villains endings or conclusions did we not
Not
like for
like
New
that
Gen,
much. Yeah.
right? Like that all
Yeah.
plays into it. So I think it's a whole like a bigger conversation to be had, quote unquote.